Hey, my name's James Nicholson and welcome to my YouTube channel. In this video, today we're going to talk about the best mortgage rates this week. We've listened to your feedback as well. And so for residential mortgages, we've got some rates for remortgage and for new build purchases and new buyers as well. So lots has changed this week. There's some rates that have gone up significantly in certain categories, but there's also some that have gone down as well. And I did mention this week, if you follow along on the channel, that I did think that some rates would go down, and that's based off the fact that some swap rates where the banks borrow their money from dropped temporarily. So some of these banks will have gone out into the market and they will have got a lump of money at a better rate, and that is just a temporary short term that these rates may have dipped a little bit. And so my suggestion has been to go and fix at this rate. And if you've got a deal that ends anytime soon, look at getting the rate fixed now. And then if a better rate does come along, then you've got a chance of moving on to that in the future as well. So as always, if you haven't done, do subscribe to the channel down there. Do subscribe and hit the bell notification. We've got new property content every single day. In fact, this week we've had multiple days with multiple videos because so much has gone on with house prices, inflation, Bank of England, the Federal Reserve. So do go and check out some of the other videos from this week. And while you're here, smash that like button or tickle it or do something to that like button. That really helps us with the YouTube algorithm. We want to get more viewers on the channel, of course we do, and so every time you hit that like button down there, that will push this out to more people. So take a moment to do that. So what is going on with rates this week? Well, it's a mixed bag. I think buy-to-let is not as good. I think residential is slightly better, and that's what we saw in the news and what we've been sharing this week as well. So first off, let's look at HMO mortgages. So what is an HMO mortgage, just in case you don't know? This is for a house of multiple occupancy. This is where you're renting a property out on a room-by-room basis. Think of a student accommodation. It might be the easier way to understand it if you've never come across that term. And so in the HMO market, the rates have gone up this week. The Mortgage Works is probably the best deal at the moment, but their rates have gone up about 0.25% in a week, which isn't good. So we've got a 5-year deal at 5.34%, which is an increase. The fees have stayed the same at 3%. Loan to value is the same, 75%. The 2-year deal has gone up as well, and that's gone up to 5.39%. So some big increases there, 0.25%, because these mortgages are going to be most likely interest only. And so it's going to make a big difference to landlords' profits there. And so that's what's going on in the HMO market. Next is a buy-to-let property in a limited company. So this is if you're buying through a company. This is the way you should be buying new purchases. I've got a deal going through in Dorking at the moment, and I'm buying that in a limited company. All my new stuff I buy in a limited company because it's more tax efficient. It's easier to pass on to your kids and all that kind of stuff, right? And so this is the same. The Mortgage Works, same deals, same as the HMO rates, same percentage up. The 5-year deal was at 5.34 with a 3% fee. The 2-year deal was at 5.39. Both of those are an increase of around 0.25% over last week. So pretty significant jumps, I feel, in those markets this week. So what's next is buy-to-let in personal name. Now, this is interesting because NatWest has been one of the lenders that's led this week with rate cuts. And so they've got one that's up, they've got one that's down, but they have led with rate cuts. And so they've become one of the most competitive lenders this week. We're going to see NatWest a few times here today. And so buy-to-let in a personal name is not something I recommend you do, but a lot of existing investors already have it in their personal name. And so the 5-year deal has been reduced. This is a pretty good rate, 4.37%. The fees are down as well. I think these were around 1,500 quid before. 995 are the fees now. So that's pretty good. The 2-year deal has increased slightly. And so that is at a 4.74% rate with a 995 fee as well. And so that's not bad. Like, that does work. That does stack up. I think a lot of people should consider NatWest, and I think you'll find that as a great lender. So if you've got buy-to-lets in your personal name, or probably you know someone that does, maybe tell them to watch this video, or just tell them go and check NatWest out. That's a good option for them. So, residential mortgage. And so these are better this week, which is good. These are mostly for remortgage, or if you've got a 25% deposit first. And so 2 lenders, like I said, NatWest features a few times today. So NatWest has been really pushing to get business. The Mortgage Works were doing this for a while, and other lenders as well. But NatWest is really trying to get themselves as one of the cheaper deals in the market at the moment. And so they've got the 5-year deal at 4.37 with a 995 fee, 75% loan to value. And Barclays is actually the cheaper on the 2-year deal. This is a good rate as well. Remember, last summer we were looking at 6.5%, 7%. So those people that are coming off those fixed rate mortgages, while it could be a big jump for them, it's not as bad as it was last year for definite. This is definitely moving in the right direction. So the 2-year deal is at 4.59, which is a better deal than we had last week for a 2-year deal, and it's a new lender as well. It wasn't Barclays last week. Can't remember who it was, but it definitely wasn't Barclays. The fees on the Barclays deal are good as well. They're cheaper than the NatWest deal at 899. So another good one there. And so we've added this next one in because some of you are saying, well, what if I want to buy a property and I've only got a 10% deposit? So these are the best deals that we found. It's with a lender. I've heard of them because they were featured last week, but they isn't a lender I've used, if I'm honest, and I haven't heard of them before last week. It's called the Cumberland, and so the Cumberland have got the best rates. I can't say if they're increased or decreased because this is the first week that we're really looking at this, but their 5-year rate is at 4.67%, which isn't bad for a 90% loan to value, 10% deposit. That's pretty good. You just need 999 in fees, and the 2-year deal is 5.07, which is 999 with a 90% deposit as well. So I think this week there's been some fairly big changes. We've seen the residential market has got cheaper. We've seen the commercial market, which is more the buy-to-let stuff in limited companies, that's increased, which isn't great, but that's just the market at the moment. Sometimes it's up. I mean, you guys are telling me in the comments, oh, is he going to say it's up or down? I mean, yeah, that's the problem with the market at the moment. It is up and it is down. It does change on a regular basis. So let me know if maybe you found a better lender on one of these deals. That would be really helpful. Comment below with maybe who you're borrowing from, and if you know the rate, do let us know that, because that could be really useful for other people. Or if you think that I should add another category, let's have those comments as well. Do smash the like button over there, guys. That really helps us with the YouTube algorithm, as I said. And go and check out some more content on my channel, including this video over here.